Hey Gemini, sorry, I have to restart. But anyway, again, the back of the deck, you have the Ten of Cups in reverse. So what I'm seeing is either for some of you guys, there's some type of with you and this person that you're dealing with, there's some type of separation going on. It may not be like an actual like separation, like you guys have broken up. I feel like maybe it's a long distance thing, but we'll get to it. I have all this paint because today was red ribbon. It's the red ribbon week for my son's school, so he has red hair right now. First card that came out is the Five of Wands in reverse. So that's, you know, compromises happening, or trying to find there's a solution that was found. I'm sorry, that's the reason why I had to restart, because the Duchess is over here just curious and all. You have the Queen of Swords, so communication, obviously. Three of Pentacles in reverse. Three of Swords in reverse. And then the Empress card. So what I see from this is that with this person that you're dealing with, there's some type of argument that led to a compromise with you guys speaking. But the compromise isn't exactly like, it wasn't really like I'm compromising because I understand your view. It's more of like, let's just agree to disagree. That's what I see. It's more of like a let's agree to disagree because I don't want to argue anymore. I'm just going to let it go. And it's funny because threes, you have three threes. Three of Pentacles, Three of Swords, and the Empress is a 3 as well. So in tarot, when you get multiple amounts of threes, or a number period, it's kind of like an emphasis of what needs to be done. So this has a lot to do with like collaborating, growth, and work, if you want to go with that. So with this compromise that you guys had are going through or will go through, again, it was more of like a let's just agree to disagree. And nobody's really moving forward with it. It's kind of like, I'm just gonna take the L and be quiet. And then, you know, somebody like the Empress card. So the Empress card embodies like all of the queens, right? So she's loving, she's a nurturer. She may or may not be pregnant, because a lot of people, when the Empress card comes out, it's a pregnancy. So who knows, some of you may be dealing with a pregnancy, and maybe you guys are kind of going through like how to raise this child, maybe. Anyway, let's get more information. So Ace of Swords, definitely there's some type of clarity and discussion as far as the Five of Wands in reverse, as far as the, you know, the situation at hand, right? I'm trying to move it over so that way you can see all the cards. Give me a second. Well, the Duchess is over there playing with something else. And then you have the Nine of Wands. You have the Six of Swords in reverse. You have the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. And then you have the Magician card in reverse. And then behind the Ten of Cups, you have the Six of Wands, and you also have the Seven of Cups. So right off the bat, I feel like looking at all of these cards that you have, Gemini, I feel like yeah, I feel like it is like, it's something that you guys were discussing, you guys were arguing about, right? And it was more of like, okay, let's just agree to disagree. But nothing was actually like discuss and come to an actual solid agreement. There's still a lot of like, Seven of Cups is like decisions, choices, but I feel like there's a lot of like empty space as far as like being in your head and trying to think like, okay, well, what the F does that mean, right? 10 of Cups in reverse may mean like, you know, there is some type of separation like physically, but not like permanently. Although this situation that you guys are going through, one, nobody's trying to move forward with it. Nobody's trying to move on. There is no collaboration because Three of Pentacles is like working together, collaborating, stuff like that. You have the Six of Swords. So Six of Swords is like, it's actually a family, depending on how you take it, right? It's actually a family moving to calmer waters, making the changes, but it's together. But nobody is trying to move forward. Nobody's collaborating to move forward. Three of Swords with the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. I get the sense that, again, somebody is still in their feelings about whatever you guys were discussing. And it's kind of, it's like, it's very dependent. Like the Nine of Pentacles, she is very independent. She's very luxurious. She is basically one of the aspects of the Empress card. Like she holds her own. But I feel like the person that you're dealing with, it could be you, it could be the other person. This whole like situation that you guys are dealing with is not, it's not mentally sitting well with them or with you, because here you have the Magician card in reverse, and that's a lot of stagnancy, and that's a lot of, it plays, I feel like with the Empress card being right above the Magician card in reverse, I feel like whoever it is, there is a lot of mental fog, because one person is trying to make clear communication with the other person. But again, there's that whole vibe of like, okay, whatever, I'm just gonna agree, nod my head yes, because I don't want to have this conversation with you. But because of that, there's no clarity, and it's not, this whole situation is not moving forward. It's just sitting there. It's like, okay, well, it gives me that feeling when I'm reading this right now. It gives me that feeling of like walking on eggshells. If you guys know what I mean, it gives me that like, well, are we okay today? Are we good? Even if that other person feels like, yeah, we squashed it. Like, why are you still like discussing it? Why are we discussing this right now? But it's because one person is like, yeah, we discussed it, and the other person's just like, kind of defensive still. Kind of defensive. And you see how the Nine of Wands is looking up. You see how he was like looking up at your Five of Wands in reverse. He's looking at it like, yeah, we did discuss it, but it's still not sitting well with me. There's no forward movement, and it's kind of getting in the way of a person's, I hate to say this, but like their work mojo. Like they can't even focus on work, basically. This may be you, or this may be your other person, so take it how it resonates. And I was looking at it, so they're looking to put in more work. I want to say it's either you or the other person. Someone's looking to put in more work because they really do value and cherish this connection. Okay, no one's leaving. Here we go again. Here's Eight of Cups is leaving and Six of Swords is leaving. Nobody's moving forward. Nobody wants to move forward. There's somebody's just stuck, and trying to move, like, work towards this. But one person, literally one person is just like, yeah, we're good. Like, we discussed it. I mean, it's a new, we're starting off fresh, whatever. But one person is still looking at it like, all right, I'm doing what I'm gonna do to work on this, to show them that I care. The other person's like still stuck in the past situation. All right. And then plans failing. So it's a lot of stagnant energy, a lot of, you know, moving forward. Even with the Three of Swords, right? I know nobody wants to see the Three of Swords. Even with the Three of Swords, if it was right side up, it would be a breakup, it would be a final separation, stuff like that, right? But it's not. So there's nothing, there's no solution, no good solution, no bad solution. It's just stagnant. There's no manifestation of like, hey, like no one's working towards like, no, I don't think we're clear. I think we need to sit down and discuss this again. I already shuffled these, Gemini. So on the bottom of the deck, you have engagement ring. And it says engagement, partnership, commitment, eternity, completion, or union. That is so cute. Then you have abundance. Abundance is keep a positive mindset, manifest exactly what you want, grateful, and bliss. Heart with key. And it says welcoming love, meeting the one, open your heart, getting together, and perfect. And then you have karmic relationship. That's crazy. Fleeting triggers, turmoil, resentment, lessons, letting go, and loving you. So with these cards, Gemini, I feel like, again, there's no solution as far as like, don't freak out. Okay, I'm a Gemini too, so I'm going to tell you right now, when I first saw this, I started getting bummed. But as a reader with your own zodiac sign, I don't know about you guys, but for me, when I have to read, I dread reading my zodiac, because although it is general, I feel like a lot of us are going through same scenarios. And so then it's like when I read, I really have to pull myself out of, I'm a Gemini too, and pull myself out of it. Okay, so that's why it took me a while. I'm not gonna lie. But this is like a singles love reading. So it's like if you and that person aren't married or engaged or have been dating for longer than 6 months, you know, something like that. Like that's what I consider as like singles love reading, because a lot of people say like, well, you ain't together unless you guys got a ring on it, whatever. It's 2022. The whole dating scene is crazy. But anyway, going back to this. All right. Again, there's no definite signs of a solution. Okay, nobody wants to move forward. Nobody's moving forward. Nobody wants to work together. Like there's no talks about like, okay, so what are we doing? Again, no moving forward. And it's another three of wands. So there has to be collaboration, there has to be some teamwork, there has to be some growth in this relationship in order for you guys to move forward into the next step. And I feel like this person like does want this partnership with you. Doesn't necessarily mean like, okay, don't you guys like, I don't want you guys to be like, oh my god, I'm gonna get engaged to this person. I want you guys to understand this is general reading, okay? And if it doesn't happen, please don't get upset with me. Like it may not be for you, all right? It may not be for you. But it does say that it's a partnership, it's a commitment, it's a union, all right? Take the words that resonates to your situation. If it's not a good situation, then don't take the key words that don't belong into your situation, all right? But seeing this again, like I'm saying, it's the whole, you guys may not be together right now. You guys may be separated, like oceans apart or something like that. Somebody had to leave or move away. Or it can also mean that, you know, there's not the family meaning like you, and some of you do have children with this person or share your family with this person, like this person has already met your family or something like that. It's not really copacetic. It's not really like, again, I feel like it's walking on eggshells. Like you guys are trying to somebody's trying to figure out how they can move past this. Like, how can we move past this disagreement, whatever happened, this argument, to where, you know, Magician card is upright. You guys are moving, doing the things that you guys need to do, so that way you guys can, you know, reach that positive mindset, and be happy. So that way, you know, you guys can love each other, welcoming the love back and forth, getting together, you know, bringing it back together. And the karmic relationships of letting go of the resentment or triggers or whatever are no longer affecting your relationship. So yeah, that's how I feel about your single self reading. I feel like somebody's walking on eggshells. You guys didn't really discuss it. One of you guys is just agreeing just so that way, you know, you guys can move forward, but it's not happening. It's more of like, you said this, you said we're okay, but I feel like we're not okay. So, take what resonates. If it didn't resonate, let me know in the comments. I'd really love it if you liked it. Like my channel and subscribe. Tell your friends about me. Everything is general, and I keep forgetting to tell everyone in the other readings. Like, I did Aquarius all the way up to Taurus, and I didn't mention that. However, in my bio it did say, like, look, it's all general. You want a real reading, contact me, let me know. And yeah, alrighty, Geminis, don't be all up in your head, because I'm a Gemini too. I would be all up in my head as well. So I already know, don't be all up in your head. If this is your situation, then got it. Like, do what you gotta do. We're Geminis. Like, people underestimate us. People consider us, like, look at us like, oh yeah, they're flirts, they're just, you know, this and this and this. But we got feelings. Like, we got feelings. We love hard. Okay, we don't give a fuck harder, but we love hard. So yeah, all right, bye guys.